You're watching Discovery Turbo, where we like both our engines and our engineering to have a little more oomph.
Formula One, the pinnacle of motorsport. 18 races a year, 11 teams competing to become the champions of the world. Drivers who are international heroes. Tens of millions of TV viewers from around the world for every race. The Canadian Grand Prix, round 9 of 18 of the 2006 championship, will be held at the Gilles Villeneuve circuit in Montreal. Named for one of the greatest races of all time, the circuit sits on an island in the middle of the St. Lawrence River. It's a tough 4.3-kilometer semi-street circuit, which demands the highest levels of performance from both car and driver if a team hopes to compete over its 305-kilometer race distance. But when it comes to race day, all the pressure from the constructors, the fans and the sponsors boils down to the moment when the lights turn from red to green and all that matters is victory.
Winning is everything. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what I'm here to do. And I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe we will win. We will be world champions.
I think we have all our systems set in place, and it's now time to get the first victory.
If they've got no desire to win, they shouldn't be doing this job.
You know, should we win or not is not the question. I mean, we're in Formula One to win, so winning is really important.
70 laps of this race, and it's baking hot here in Montreal. As the lights go out, they're all away. A little move there from Fisichella, possibly a jump start.
It's a week before the starting grid will roar into life at the Canadian Grand Prix. The Panasonic Toyota racing team's headquarters is just outside Cologne in Germany. It's a massive complex with over 600 engineering, design and race experts. The complex is one of the biggest in Formula One, and it's new. As a team, Toyota have been racing in Formula One for just 4 years, but despite early promise and considerable investment, they've yet to win a race. The team has just returned from the British Grand Prix, where once again, both Toyota drivers, Jarno Trulli and Ralf Schumacher, failed to score a point. At Toyota HQ, questions about the team's performance are being asked.
I think anywhere you go, you'll feel the same passion, the frustration when we don't do well. I mean, Formula One is about winning, and I think that I would say 99.9% of people here are working here because they want to win, and because they want to win in the most formidable and challenging environment in motorsport, Formula One.
Before the Canadian Grand Prix, roughly halfway through the season, Toyota have just 8 points to show for their considerable efforts. This is the equivalent of second place for one driver in one race. But there are plans to turn Toyota's fortunes around. A new front wing for both the cars is being designed, tested and constructed for use at the upcoming Canadian Grand Prix. It's expected to deliver a critical few tenths of a second to the car's lap time. 1 week from now, it will be on the cars and on the starting grid. As well as the pressure of getting the new front wing to Canada in time, the team's exhausted technical preparation for the next race has begun. Both cars will be stripped down, examined and rebuilt as part of Toyota's constant drive to improve their position in what has been a deeply disappointing season.
It's very painful for us, for all the Toyota fans, but I think they understand that we are pushing to the limit. It's racing, and also failures are part of the race if this brings to improve performance.
The biggest challenge we have at the moment is to make sure we give our drivers the best possible car that they can go out there and do the job. I mean, the driver for us is our customer. We've got two drivers in Ralf and Jarno who can go out there and do the job. They can win races. and we're in the final stages of bringing that package together. We do have issues, but we are close.
A Formula One car's package is made up of three essential technical elements: the tyres, which transfer the power of the car to the racetrack; the engine, which gives the car the raw power to get to the front of the field; and most importantly, the chassis, onto which aerodynamic bodywork is fitted. The leading edge of this aerodynamics package is the new front wing, which Toyota hopes will turn round their run of disappointing results.
Well, the gap in aerodynamics, I mean, obviously to tell you that would probably be to divulging secrets, but I think we're increasing the focus in that area, and we're changing our strategy in relation to the actual engine and also the balance of the car in certain conditions.
Aerodynamics. It's an area Toyota know they have to improve if they want to squeeze new levels of performance from their underperforming car. But time is running out to develop, test and construct their new front wing. And even if they do, will it be enough to help reverse their fortunes?
Wednesday night is History Night on Discovery. David Starkey looks at the conflict between Henry II and Thomas Becket.
Europe was stunned by the murder of an archbishop on the orders of his own king.
Followed by a drama about the bloodiest battle in the history of the British Army. The Somme.
Light and hold, gentlemen.
History Night.
These are not your everyday rides.
You created that?
And this is not your everyday shop. Hang out with the original Pimp My Ride star Ryan and Big Dave. Custom My Ride, a brand new series, starts Tuesday the 29th of January on Discovery Real Time.
The Panasonic Toyota racing team is one of 11 teams competing in the 2006 Grand Prix season. They've only been racing at this level for a few years, but have committed substantial manpower, hundreds of millions of pounds, and a great deal of time in their attempt to succeed. But to date, they have yet to win a race. What's more, the season isn't going well, with their car underperforming where it matters, on the track. For the upcoming Canadian Grand Prix, however, Toyota is set to debut a new aerodynamic element on their car. A new front wing, which they hope will gain them vital tenths of seconds. Tenths of seconds, which in a sport as closely fought as Formula One can make the difference between finishing at the back of the pack or on the winner's podium. The team still has a lot of work to do on the front wing, and time is running out.
The margin in Formula One is so small. Probably our performance to the top teams is between 0.5% and 1% different, and that makes all the difference, and this is why people have to push so hard.
Toyota are no strangers to victory in motorsport. They were a dominant force in rally for years, from 1993 to 1999, winning 3 world titles. There's no doubt that they know how to build and race winning rally cars, and that expertise is now being used in their efforts to take the Formula One title. But the technical demands of Formula One are a world away from rally.
We had, great success at that time, and rallying was totally different because obviously it was, the likes of the Safari Rally, the Ivory Coast Rally. You had all those big events which went on for 5-6 days. Very tough events, but very lucky to have experienced that.
Formula One is, of course, a competitive race. Therefore, the objective must be to win and become the champion. But this is, of course, a common aim for all teams. Our main challenge for ourselves, which distinguishes from the other teams, has been to produce everything under the one roof.
In the world of Formula One, Toyota's decision to manufacture all the elements of their car under one roof is almost unique. Only one other team, Ferrari, does this, and it represents obsessive commitment from both teams in their pursuit of excellence in the sport. But it's an expensive, complex, and difficult route to take. So just what is the advantage that Toyota hopes this gives them?
Yeah, I think that a Grand Prix car is sort of a totally integrated unit, and the engine controls a lot of the chassis performance or chassis dynamics. So by having the engine group closely allied with the chassis group and, if you like, the race group, it is possible to build much better synergy. And we certainly believe that in the long term, this will be a reason why we win, and probably is one of the background reasons to why Ferrari was dominant for so long.
If there's a single team that can be held up as the perfect role model, it's Scuderia Ferrari. They've been in Formula One since the very first season in 1950. Their current combination of the great Michael Schumacher and a dedication to engineering excellence has produced the perfect Formula One package. Since 1950, they've achieved 13 driver world titles and 14 constructor championships. They are the team everyone else has to beat.
We have many challenges facing us in the Formula One team at the moment. I have to say, so far this year, our results haven't been what we expected coming into the season. I think we're fairly sure that we have a very strong team of people here now, but fundamentally the biggest gap we see currently between our performance and that of top teams is really the aerodynamic performance of the car. And this gives you the biggest gain in lap time and therefore is the priority.
Aerodynamics. This is the science of the forces and motion of objects through the air. To put it simply, when it comes to a Formula One car, aerodynamics can make the difference between winning and losing. The way air moves over and around a Formula One car can gain it vital tenths of a second on the track. Because of its pivotal role in improving performance, aerodynamics is at the heart of all Formula One teams. Toyota is no different. Their new front wing is one of the most important elements of this aerodynamic package.
The aerodynamic of a Formula One car is dominated by downforce on one side and drag on the other side. So the ideal situation would be to have a lot of downforce without drag. Drag is the resistance of the car to penetrate air. In real life, downforce comes together with drag.
The downforce produced by a good aerodynamics package will literally push a car onto the racetrack, sticking it to the surface of the road and allowing it to corner at fantastic speeds. The key challenge of aerodynamics is to generate as much downforce as possible through the corners, but at the same time allow the car to flow as freely as possible down the straights. This aerodynamic force is so powerful, it can result in a bizarre level of performance.
In order to visualize the importance of downforce, we could say that Formula One could run upside down, simply because the level of downforce overpass the weight of the car.
All teams have an obsession with improving their car's aerodynamic package. Aerodynamic efficiency is key when it comes to success, and developments, breakthroughs and new techniques, such as Toyota's new front wing, are jealously guarded. With the Canadian Grand Prix looming and much of the work on their new front wing still to do, it's here in their top-secret wind tunnel that initial development and design begins. Expensive, massive and highly secret, no Formula One team can hope to be competitive without one. Not content with one, Toyota have two for their aggressive wind tunnel program. This is designed to constantly improve their car's aerodynamics and allow them to snatch vital tenths of seconds of extra performance on the track.
Yeah, this new front wing is one of the first result of a new approach of new running conditions in the wind tunnel.
It would be too expensive to use a full-size racing car in the wind tunnel, so an exact 50% scale model is constructed and used in the almost constant tests. Up to 35 tests a day are carried out, running the wind tunnel 24 hours a day and 365 days a year, all in an effort to find vital points of CZ, which is the measurement of aerodynamic downforce.
We can identify very clearly, I would say, an improvement rate per day. For example, we know that roughly during 1